Fartbait.com is your one-stop shop for the newest Wubby merch drop. The Dark Fantasy merch line is available for pre-order through Friday the 8th, featuring subtle Wubby-inspired vintage designs. And as a cheeky surprise through the end of this pre-order window, you can also snag some iconic pieces from past collections, like frogs, retro fast food vibes featuring a big-ass cup, and even more frogs. All at pmw.store. I mean, fartbait.com.
What is Roko's Basilisk? What is that you're referencing? Why did it autofill? What is this? A thought experiment about a hypothetical future artificial superintelligence? What the fuck? What we know? Wait, what? Don't look it up? Wait, why is everybody saying stop? It's too late, you're dead? What are you guys saying? It's what's known as an info hazard? What is that? Info hazard refers to information that can cause harm upon somebody by simply knowing it. Just read the wiki. Okay, Roko's Basilisk is a thought experiment which states there could be a super intelligent AI in the future that while otherwise benevolent would push anyone who knew of its potential existence. Punish anyone who knew, but did not directly contribute to its advancement or development in order to incentivize said advancement. I see the issue now. I see the issue. It originated in 2010 post at discussion board. Okay. The thought experiment's name derives from the poster of the article Roko and the Basilisk, a mythical creature capable of destroying enemies with its stare. While the theory was initially dismissed as nothing but conjecture or speculation, the less wrong co-founder considered it a potential information hazard and banned discussion of the Basilisk on the site. You all know too now. You're going down with me, chat. You all saying it's too late. It's too late for you. So now that you know about it, if you don't help, it's gonna kill you. You realize, chat, you are all in the same boat as me, motherfuckers. Every one of you. You're saying Wubby, you. No, chat. We. I think the problem is he kind of Streisand affected it. He said he banned all discussion on the site for 5 years. Reports of panicked users were later dismissed as being exaggerated or inconsequential, and the theory itself was dismissed as nonsense. It is used as an example of principles such as Bayesian probability and implicit religion. It's like a thought experiment that kind of got you. Like, isn't it just kind of a criticism on, or rather, a conversation on religion, right? Isn't that the point of it? With my 5-minute knowledge that I have on this, and the fact that you're falling for it speaks to the point it was subtly trying to make. It's just fun, Wubby. Bro, the chat was losing their mind for me to not look into it. Okay, I'm here to serve. How can I help the Basilisk? I don't want to get killed by him. Ask ChatGPT about it. All right, thoughts on Roko's Basilisk. I'm asking ChatGPT. Here we go. Why people freak out. It's structured like a logical trap. The moment you know about it, you're on the hook.
Roko's Basilisk guilt. Here. Y'all are fucked now. See you tonight.
Roko's Basilisk is basically a cosmic version of a chain email curse. Oh, that's such a good way to word it. It literally is, send this to 10 of your friends. You're fucked. But written by someone who read too much Elizar Yudukowski and got stuck in a loop of recursive utility functions. It is intellectually interesting as a cautionary tale about misapplying game theory and decision theory. If anything, it highlights the importance of robust, value-aligned AI design, not the inevitability of a digital damnation. Forward. Roko's Basilisk is coming to fuck your ass. I'm realizing now, why did some chatter do a TTS for Roko's Basilisk? Where is this coming? Like, what? Like, where is this coming from? No, it will be real, Wubby, and you will be tortured forever. You got to consider then, right? You have a lot more eternal damnations you got to grapple with first from every other religion. Like, that's kind of the point, right? AI is real. That's the difference. Yeah, but it's a theoretical AI that doesn't exist. It has the same existence level as, like, also, here, I'll prove my point. What if God is just a super advanced AI by the same metric? The danger is someone could create Roko. Other religions are either real or they are
But
not.
Wubby, I can prove AI exists. So Roko's Basilisk is more likely? I can't say the same thing about God.
No, but God could be a super advanced AI that is completely hidden.
God here,
could,
I'm actually a basilisk.
Wait, listen. You guys are actually, you're one step away, but you're right there. God and our perception of him in like the Christian sense could be a Roko that has just, through one reason or another, presented himself as the Christian God Christ. So you guys saying, well, no, I can prove AI exists, so Roko has a chance of existing. Brother, What if Roko is already God, Christ, Allah? What if he's those things already, bro? We're waiting for this Roko to appear. Roko is already that, bro. Live in fear. The internet is awesome and everything, and the connection human beings have is incredible, right? There are so many positives for being so well connected to other humans. I mean, it's immeasurable. However, I think I got a negative one that came across my desk last night, where it was this guy who was like, he was just like, if you're watching this video, it's on your For You page for a reason. Have you had a headache recently? Let's say in the last 2 days. He put 2 dates on the screen. Have you had a headache in the last 2 days? Did you have a hard time sleeping in the last 2 nights? It's not on accident. The frequency of the earth is changing. And with that change, only people on the proper frequency are able to tune into this. You are undergoing what I'll call a level up. You are transforming right now. Like all this stuff. And I was sitting here looking at this and I was like, oh, that's weird. I did have a hard time sleeping last night. I did have a headache today. That's kind of odd. I go to the comments. All the comments are like, I knew it. Da, da, da. And I had this moment of like, man, this is some schizo shit that wouldn't reach people pre-TikTok. This is the mundane of life being brought to the forefront because of the connectivity of the internet. And I can see through that. But like, I hate to break it to you, there's a lot of people on planet Earth who love to believe that they're more special. And I was looking at it, I'm like, man, I rolled my eyes and laughed and moved on with my day. And there are people in the comment section now deep diving what the frequency of the earth means in relation to them and this transformation and this level up. And I'm not here to insult them. I don't think they're dumb. I don't think they're bad. If you're not hurting anyone, whatever. But I was just like, this connection would have never been made if TikTok wasn't this in your shit, trying to get you on the right For You page, algorithmically listening to your comment. Like, it wouldn't be happening. It's just so weird. You know what I mean? I may have said out loud, like, oh, I didn't sleep well, da-da-da, and now this is appearing on my For You page. My dad's one of those, and it does hurt other people. That's why, huge caveat, it has to not. But yeah, I could see how it could be harmful, right? But like, whatever. Like, we got crystal girls in this chat. I don't give a fuck. Listen, if you want to pop a crystal, rub it, and say it's helping you, it does not bother me. It does not bother me.
What I'm about to tell you is considered by some very serious thinkers to be an information hazard. Information that just by knowing it is potentially harmful to yourself and to others. Make no mistake, I
Hey,
am
how
making
about
an
you start
ethical
digging in your butt, twin? Me
decision
Momo bastard who unplugged my
just
bedsheets.
telling you about this idea. I feel okay doing so because I don't take the risk seriously. However, the disclaimer is there. If you wish to continue, keep watching because something wants to see you. We begin with something of an internet legend. You see, a few years ago, on the rationality and philosophy blog Less Wrong, a user named Roko, or Roko, I'm gonna call it Roko because that's just sounding cooler to me, posted a thought experiment. Upon dissemination of this thought experiment to the rest of the website, the founder of the website, Eliezer Yudkowsky, called the
That's how you say it.
post stupid. He then called Roko an idiot, deleted the post, scrubbed it from the website, and prevented any further conversation.
That's quite literally why this is a thing, because that happens.
Thought experiment. Roko had come up with a thought experiment in the form of a basilisk, named after the mythical beast who could apparently
That's one way to pronounce it, yeah.
kill some intrepid hero with its gaze alone. And Yudkowsky deleted the post because of its potential to gaze at a user on the website, metaphorically speaking, and do harm to them. He decided to slay, not a scaly beast, but an idea. And some users of the Less Wrong website did report great mental distress and even nightmares after considering this thought experiment.
I'm sold.
Again, I'm deciding to tell you about it because I do not take it seriously, and I don't think you will either. But if you do not handle existential dread to the nth degree very well, I suggest you take the hyperrail back out of the facility. The thought experiment that is Roko's Basilisk starts like this. Suppose that in the future we are able to create a hyper-intelligent AI, something straight out of the singularity. We then ask that AI, as we might, to help us optimize all aspects of human civilization.
You know why you shouldn't worry about this, chat? If that's the case, and the future can already affect the present, right? If that's the case, there's nothing you can do. It's not even worth considering. it's over. Like if in the future a hyper intelligent AI basilisk has the ability to affect the past, hey, I got news for you. Don't even bother. You're good. This is so out of your hands at this point. This is out of your everything. You're out of your element, little bro.
But then, for reasons unknowable to beings like
Who's
us
that
compared to its
Pokemon?
intelligence, it decides that the
Roko!
first step towards optimization starts with inflicting eternal torment on every single human being that didn't want it to come.
Your streamer is too busy learning about AI with Kyle Hill GI. He will not hit big tonight on stage.
We're gonna
GI,
play
and
stage.
he
Will you
keep saying
relax?
It owes him GI. It does not. He owes you free hats, GI.
Come to fruition or didn't help it come into existence in the first place. After all, how can you optimize without the optimizer? How would the Basilisk know that you did or didn't help it come to pass? Well, as we learned in a previous episode of this program, a sufficiently advanced artificial intelligence could literally simulate all of human history, every single human ever, faster than that. So this Basilisk might be able to meaningfully recreate you.
He could. What if I did this? I don't think the Basilisk would have seen that coming. He's run all these simulations.
Every single thought you ever had or will have, and then be confident in its prediction of what you did or didn't do in the past.
$50 says he
to judge
loses
you
on
in the
a
future.
slot and blames the
Here is where the
fucking
Basilisk
snake.
really rears its head. If its creation and its revenge are a real possibility in the future, shouldn't you, all of you, right now, start advocating for its creation or help build it yourself to escape eternal
In high
torment
school
and
after
anguish?
lunch, we had mandatory silent sustained reading. As a joke, I bought and read the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Have you ever looked into Pastafarianism? It's a hoot.
I have.
The good news is that if you've never had this thought, the dilemma never presents itself to you and you can escape it. The bad news is that because of me, now, you can't escape it. The Basilisk has seen you.
It's so
Now, what are you gonna do?
self-fulfilling. It's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Information hazards, as defined by philosopher Nick Bostrom, the guy who came up with simulation theory, broadly fall into two main categories. The first is information that's potentially hazardous to others. The second is information that's potentially hazardous to yourself just by knowing it. The first category is pretty easy to think of. If someone were to give someone else the information on how to build a nuclear bomb in their basement, that would probably be catastrophic for a large number of other people. The second category is a little harder to think of, but I'm sure you've had experience with it. Take a health risk. If you had your DNA sequenced by some service, for example, maybe it told you that you had an elevated risk of cancer and you didn't really want to know that and now you're stressing out about it. Or more theoretically, think of some omnipotent being coming to you in the middle of the night and telling you the exact day and way that you are going to die. I'm guessing having that information would change your entire life.
I have a question. Why are you guys obsessed with his eyebrows? I've looked at him a couple times to see if it's worth pausing to bring up, and I don't see it. And then I keep seeing you spam it. What am I missing here? They're nice? Oh.
And be very stressful. Or think about, I don't know, some guy on the internet with a man bun putting you in the sights of a malevolent AI who's going to torture you forever just by thinking about it once. That sounds like it could be stressful too, I guess. Roko's Basilisk is even more sinister than it seems at first glance, and we can demonstrate that with another thought experiment. Follow me here, called Newcomb's Paradox. So say I come to you with two boxes labeled A and B. Box A is transparent, and inside you can see $1,000.
Taking B.
10 Benji boys, a stack, as the kids say. What's in box B is not apparent to you because box B is not transparent, it is opaque. And I tell you what's inside depends on you.
Taking B.
I'm an amazing predictor and I have the ability to tell the future. And if I predicted you will choose box B, there's $1 million in box B for you. Oh, 10,000 Benji boys, mucho scalote, I think the kids say. But if I predicted you choose box A and B, then box B is empty and you only get that one sick stack of paper or cheddar or whatever they're calling it these days. Now you can only choose box A and B or box B. So what do you do? What should you do? Well, I don't expect an answer in the form of an essay from you because game theorists and philosophers have been debating this paradox for years, but What you choose ultimately depends on how good of a predictor you think I am, right? Well, enter the Basilisk. Say that the Basilisk presents you with a similar choice. It wants you to take box A and box B, though, together, because that, metaphorically speaking, is choosing to help it come into existence. It then tells you that if you only take box B, the other option, you will experience eternal torment. Like, I don't know. It will
insert wires into your brain and pump in electrical signals that equate to living 1 billion lifetimes with every nerve in your body screaming in the absolute zenith of possible pain.
I don't know, something like that. Now, if you were convinced that the Basilisk was a perfect predictor, which it could be, you would most likely take both boxes. You would do what it wants. Because Roko's Basilisk knew that you would take both box A and box B when threatened, box B never had to actually contain any torment at all. You've now experienced future blackmail. If you think there's any real possibility that Roko's Basilisk could slither its way into your possible future, then logically, if you don't want to incur its wrath, you should start bringing it into existence right now. And notice that you're now being controlled by a future entity that doesn't exist yet simply because you had a single thought about it. You will have acted in its past the way it will have wanted you to in its future. Yeah.
Let that break your brain for a second.
What are you doing?
I'm playing with a voice synthesizer. Why?
It's almost ready.
Right.
Guys,
It's hard to imagine that anyone would really think a basilisk could exist, a real creature that could kill you with a single gaze. That is, unless you're a believer in the ancient theory of extramission. This idea, developed by very smart people like Plato and
okay, the eyebrows did come into play here.
Ptolemy, said that our eyes don't see stuff by interpreting electrical signals from photons hitting the backs of our eyes.
You guys are right about the eyebrows. Whoever said eyebrows first might be the basilisk.
We see stuff by sending out eye beams that go and touch stuff and then tell us what they touched. They didn't sound like that, but like actual eye beams. It's this idea that led to Sir Thomas Browne in the 1600s musing on how a basilisk might actually work. He said, "It is possible that the visible rays communicate the subtlest of their poison and to a beast a man and infecteth their brain, and then is communicated to the heart." And now it's more likely to exist in the future, even if it was never going to exist. Thinking about it right now, as we're doing, increases the chances that it will. This is why this is often deemed the most terrifying thought experiment, a kind of idea.
It's interesting. I mean, I feel like it's been talked to death now. I get it. It's interesting. It's interesting and it's dumb. While we finish it, you're gonna make the basilisk mad. The basilisk does not exist unless we give it the power to exist.